Hi, kindergartners. It's Mrs. Ballatash, and I want you to get out your science notebook again, and you're going to turn to the page after the plywood, and the page says, what is made of paper? And that's going to be our focus question for today. What is made of paper? Now, we are going to take this envelope out of your bag, out of your science kit. Take out this envelope and you can open it. And inside are some different squares of paper. And what was the question? What is made of paper? So we are going to start learning all about paper. Do you remember that when we look at things, we observe them, right? So I'm going to go through all these pieces of paper and I'm going to tell you what they are and we're going to discuss the properties of each one. So this is pink, right? Why don't you take a minute, everybody get this one out, and talk to your teacher about the properties of this paper. So I say it's pink, it's smooth, it's in the shape of a square, it can bend, it's not that strong. Okay, so this is construction paper. I'm going to put it to the side. Everybody get out this piece of paper. You might not think it's paper. This is kind of like cardboard, isn't it? Talk about this one. This is chipboard, and it's made out of paper. It's a type of paper. It's a little stronger. It's kind of a grayish tan color, and it's also in the shape of a square. These are all properties of the paper. Okay, here's another one. Get out this piece of paper. This is newsprint, and it's really flexible. It's really bendy. It is thinner than the other one. It's not as strong. It is newsprint. Get out this one. This one is white. It's another kind of construction paper, but instead of having color, this one is white. It's longer. It's not a square. It's a rectangle. Okay, let's get out this one. What is this? This is a paper towel. It is softer. It's really fluffy. It's like oh, it comes in sheets. It has little dimples on it. It's a little bit different. It seems to have more texture than the others. This is a paper towel. Okay, let's take a look at this one. This one's a little different from the paper towel. This one is toilet paper. Toilet paper. And it's very soft. And it's in a square, and it has a little pattern on it. I see a little butterfly. Okay, this one is an interesting one. I can kind of see through it a little bit. It's little slick, slippery. This is wax paper. And this is cardboard. What are some properties of the cardboard? One side is brown, the other side is white. This side is kind of slick, this side is not. Look at the cardboard from the side. It seems to have layers. There's a layer on the outside, and then there seems to be something that kind of looks like a wave inside, and then there's the brown on the outside. Wow, there's all kinds of different papers. So now let's go back to our question. What is made of paper? Boys and girls, look around your room. What is in your room that is made of paper? The question was, what is made of paper? And I found a paper plate. A paper plate is definitely made of paper because the word paper is in the name. So I wrote, a plate is made of paper. Boys and girls, you can write a whole bunch of different things. I made a list here, back here. So I wrote blank, and you can fill in the blank, is made of paper. And then I wrote the word plate, book, notebook, box, bag. All of these things are made out of paper. So you could write a bag is made out of paper. You could write a box is made out of paper. You can choose one of these or something else that you found at home. Let's turn our notebook over to the next page, and there's a question that says, what makes paper good for writing? What makes paper good for writing? What do you think? So the question is, what makes paper good for writing? So I actually want us to do a little test. Can you please get out a marker and a pencil and a crayon? And we're going to test these papers to see what ones are better for writing. So I'm going to start with the pink construction paper. I'm going to get my crayon. Seems pretty good. My marker, pretty good. And the pencil. Yeah, all of them worked on the pink construction paper. Boys and girls, I want you to go through all of the papers and test if you can write on them with the marker, with the crayon, and the pencil. So there were a few that were troublesome for me. I don't know whether they were troublesome for you. So I tried to write on the toilet paper and it just ripped. It just wasn't very strong. So the toilet paper is not very good for writing. The other one that was not very good for writing was the wax paper. It was okay with the crayon and the pencil, but the marker just kind of like beat it up and wipes right off. So it's not very good for writing. Boys and girls, I wrote paper is strong because for me, if the paper wasn't strong, it would rip and it was not good for writing. But you could choose something else. You could say paper is rough or paper is not slippery. You write why you think paper is good for writing. The next question in our notebook is, what makes paper easy to fold? So boys and girls, I want you to watch me first. I'm gonna get a piece of paper like this, and I'm going to teach you how to fold it. I want us to try to be as careful and neat as possible, okay? So I'm gonna take the two ends and I'm going to bring them together. I'm gonna fold the paper in half. Okay, do you see how it's in half? Now I'm going to bring it together again. And fold it in half. Do you see how I'm trying to be very careful? And I'm going to push down on the edges to make it nice and smooth. Now I'm going to fold it in half again. Okay. And I'm going to fold it in half again. It's getting harder. Why do you think it's getting harder? Notice anything different? It's getting thicker. I'm gonna fold it in half again. Ooh, yeah. Okay, I'm gonna fold it in half again. And I don't think I can fold it in half anymore because it's too So let's see how many times I was able to fold it. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times. And look what the folding did. It left a mark on the paper. All right, so boys and girls, I want you to try to fold some paper too. Get a thin piece of paper. It is easier to fold a thin piece of paper than a thick piece of paper. So my answer to what makes paper easy to fold is that paper is flat and thin. It would be very hard to fold cardboard. I could do it, but I couldn't fold it very many times because while it's flat, it is not thin. Boys and girls, I want to make sure that you keep all these pieces of paper for 1 more week. So I'm gonna put them all back in my envelope. Hey, my envelope is made out of paper. And I'm going to save it because we're gonna do something with them next week. Make sure to keep them. And if you ripped your toilet paper or your paper towel, you can get another piece of toilet paper from the bathroom and maybe ask your parents for a paper towel. So keep all of these. Whoops, I forgot my pink one. Keep them in the envelope and we're gonna use them again next week, okay? See you next week, Cougars. Bye.